What's up, guys? Hey, Jared Beckstrand here, physical therapist, toneandtitan.com, coming at you today with one of my favorite arm circuit workouts that's perfect for beginners. We're going to hit the biceps, the triceps, and all three heads of that deltoid muscle with this one. So grab your dumbbells and let's go to work. Alright, you guys, so for this dumbbell arm workout, you will be performing two different circuits. Each circuit is going to have 4 different exercises in it. Circuit B is different than Circuit A, so make sure you watch this video through all the way to the end. The second half of the video is a lot different than the first. We'll perform 10 reps of each of those 4 exercises in Circuit A, then we'll repeat that 3 times, then we'll repeat that same format for Circuit B. So let's pick up your weights and let's get to work. We're going to start things off with some good old dumbbell curls. And so curls are a great exercise for your biceps. That's the muscle in the front of your arm. We're going to be doing a couple of different curls in this workout, and so what I want to do here is focus on what we would call a supinated curl. That just means that I'm going to have my palms forward the whole time. The weight starts down at your hips and then you're going to curl it up to your shoulders. The important thing here is that I want to make sure that you go into full extension. You'll see that my arms go all the way down and my elbows straighten out. I even give my triceps a little bit of a flex down at the bottom of that rep in order to ensure that I've gone into maximum range of motion or maximum extension. And so there was 10 reps. I'm going to give my arms just a little bit of a break here. You know, between these exercises, about 30 to 60 seconds is all you want to take. The reason I like this circuit workout so much is that we're going to be working different muscle groups, so you don't need to take that long of a break between your exercises. Exercise number 2 in Circuit A is going to be some military presses. You'll see that the weights start at about head level, and then you're going to just press up towards the ceiling, and then you're going to bring them together up at the top. And so this is a great exercise for the shoulders. This works a ton of the front of the deltoid. That anterior deltoid is really active with this military press. Also a lot of upper traps and rhomboids as well, as they're working to stabilize those shoulder blades throughout this overhead press motion. Okay, and so there is exercise number 2. Again, we're going to take a 30 to 60 second break, and then let's jump into our next exercise. So for this one, we're going to be doing some overhead triceps extensions. You could do this standing. I did it seated. I think it's a little bit better for the video, a little more centered anyway. What you're going to do is start with that dumbbell back behind your head. Depending on how strong you are, depending on how heavy the dumbbell is, you might use 1 or 2 dumbbells to do this. Go down into full extension. That means bend your elbows as low as you can. Drop that weight back behind your head as far as it can go, and then you're going to press over your head into full extension. Make sure you go all the way into full extension so as to maximize the contraction on that triceps muscle. We want to make sure that we do that. And so go into full flexion and then full extension. So these dumbbells that I'm using, these are actually really cool. I'll leave a link to them in the description to this video. They're actually adjustable dumbbells. The particular set that I have, you can adjust each side actually from 5 pounds, is as light as they go, all the way up to 95 pounds. And so they're really nice. I really like them. I use them all the time. And so I'm just going to make a quick adjustment here. The dumbbells that I had were 30 pounds. The ones that I'm going to switch it up to, I'm going to take the 5s off of there. We're going to adjust them down to 20 pounds. And so now I've got 20-pound dumbbells, and we're going to finish up with one of my favorite shoulder exercises, some lateral delt raises. And so you'll see that the dumbbells start at my side. My arms are slightly bent as I'm going to focus on the deltoid, so that muscle on the lateral outside of my shoulder, as I pull the dumbbell up towards the ceiling. Some people will really try to maximize this and go all the way up and above their head. It's not the best position for your shoulder to be in. It's not wrong, and if your shoulders can take it, then absolutely you can go for it. However, for the purposes of this workout, you can just take them up to about ear level, and that's as far as you need to go. Hey you guys, so that was your first circuit. Take a quick break and come back for set number 2. Alright, welcome back. Here we go. So set 2 of our first circuit, we're going to repeat those same 4 exercises. We're going to repeat the same 10 reps. And so let's get things started with some of these biceps curls. Again, my hands are in a supinated position, and what that's going to do is just kind of maximize that biceps contraction. So the biceps is actually a supinator as well. That means it rolls your wrist arm, rolls your forearm up towards the ceiling. So we're just really going to maximize the contraction by staying in that supinated position. Again, here you'll see that I go into all the way full extension, all the way down, contract even that triceps. You'll see that long head of my triceps activate a little bit before I squeeze, before I curl that dumbbell back up again. And so again, really focusing on the biceps with this one. We want to go through full range of motion, and we want to get a good contraction out of it. Again, so 10 reps is what you're going to shoot for with that one. Again, so here's our second set of these exercises. We're going to shoot for that same 10 reps of each of these exercises. Number 2 is going to be the military press, again seated or standing. Either way, you're going to start with those dumbbells right at your shoulders and then press them up and over your head, just like I'm doing here. Again, it's a great exercise for those deltoids, particularly for the front of the deltoids. That anterior deltoid is the muscle right on the front of your shoulder. This is a great exercise to kind of give the shoulders that nice V cut up at the top. That's that deltoid muscle. Really a good exercise just for trimming out some definition, adding some strength to that area. And so again, we're going to shoot for 10 reps. Focus on squeezing that deltoid, focus on squeezing those shoulders. You're going to use a ton of triceps as you're pushing that weight up and over your head as well. And so there's our second exercise. Next, we're going to be doing those overhead triceps extensions. As I mentioned earlier, you can grab 2 dumbbells or you can grab 1 for this. Seated or standing again, doesn't matter. What you're going to do is lower that weight back behind your head just as far as you can take it, all the way down into that full extension position, and then lift that weight all the way up towards the ceiling. The emphasis here is squeezing that triceps. I love this exercise in this position because the elbow's up over your head. It actually puts that triceps into full stretch, into full extension to really maximize that contraction. So that's what your overhead triceps extension looks like. Again, we're going to do 10 reps of those ones. We'll do a quick switch here on the dumbbells. Again, I was using 30 pounds. I'm going to switch it down to 20. If you do need a pair of dumbbells, hit that link in the description to this video. That's the pair that I have at home. You guys, you won't regret that. They actually have a couple of different ones. Again, I mentioned earlier, the set that I have, I can adjust from 5 to 95 pounds. Kind of the bigger set. My wife gave them to me for my birthday one year. It was awesome. They also have some that you can adjust from 5 to 55 pounds. So you don't get quite as many plates with it, but maybe a little bit more accessible, especially if you're a beginner just starting out. Okay, so a quick switcheroo, and then let's get into these lateral shoulder extensions, these lateral flies. What we're going to do, again, the arms are slightly bent as we're going to raise those dumbbells up towards the ceiling. My emphasis here is on the middle deltoid. So again, that same muscle up on the top of your arm, up in the top of your shoulder. Focus on squeezing that as you lift those dumbbells up towards the ceiling. Again, I'm going up to about eye level. Feel free, you don't have to go quite that high. You can also go a little bit higher if you feel so inclined. So 10 reps on that one. Okay, there's set number 2, you guys. Take another quick 60-second break and come back for round 3. All right, so here we go. This is going to be set number 3 in circuit A. Again, for this workout, we're going to be doing 2 circuits, and so this will be our last set of 10 reps of each of these 4 exercises before we jump into circuit B with 4 new exercises. So let's get started with these supinated biceps curls. And so again, that weight comes all the way down to the hips, all the way up to the shoulders. Your emphasis should be thinking about those biceps the whole time. So I really want you to focus on that squeeze of those muscles right there in the front of your arms. You'll be surprised. It actually goes a long way if you really focus and concentrate on the muscle that you're using or that you're supposed to be working out during each exercise. That's a great way to actually enhance any workout that you do, is to focus and squeeze that muscle that you're supposed to be working out. So focus on squeezing those biceps all the way through that curl motion, go all the way from full extension all the way up to full flexion, and that's what your biceps curls looks like. Okay, good job you guys. So there's all of our curls for this first circuit. Let's jump into our military presses. We'll finish this one up strong as well. So let's get those weights up onto our shoulders, and then again using those muscles in your shoulder, specifically that deltoid. You should feel this in the front of your shoulder as you're pressing those weights up towards the ceiling. The emphasis here should be, again, squeezing those deltoids, but then also you'll feel it a ton in your upper trapezius. That's the muscle kind of on the upper part of your shoulder. It goes from your neck to the tip of your shoulder. You also feel this in your rhomboids, those muscles between your shoulder blades as you're pressing up towards the ceiling. Just a great way to add a ton of strength, add a ton of definition to your arms. That deltoid muscle, that's your kind of the big cap on the end of your shoulder. Looks great when it's nice and strong, nice and tight. That's a great way to help you get there. All right, moving on, we'll do the overhead triceps extension for the last time in this first circuit. And so again, dumbbell starts back behind your head, and then you're going to press up towards the ceiling. The only thing I don't think that I've mentioned so far, try to keep your core nice and tight on this. This is actually a great way that you can kick on a ton of those abdominal muscles. Keep your stomach sucked in, try to activate those core muscles to keep your lower trunk nice and quiet while you're doing these overhead triceps extensions. Requires a ton of work through your triceps and upper shoulders. Make sure that you have a firm foundation, that core is nice and strong as you press up and over your head. Okay, so there's our 10 reps on the overhead triceps press. Let's make a quick switch to the dumbbells here. We're going to go back to the 20-pound dumbbells to finish up that lateral shoulder extension. Now, if you're just starting out, again, I've got 30s that I'm using for some of these, and I've got 20s. It's just a quick, easy switch to get between those for the purposes of this video. If you're a beginner looking for something that you're just starting out with, a good number to start with would be the 20s for the first 3 exercises and 10s for this last exercise, even down to like 15s and 5s. Whatever you can do 30 times. So again, we're going for 3 sets of 10 of each of these exercises. Whatever you can do 30 times successfully with some burn at the end, that's the weight that you want to use. Okay, so let's finish things up strong with the lateral shoulder flies. Again, we're going to hit 10 reps on this. The emphasis is on that lateral outside shoulder as you're raising those dumbbells up to about eye level. Again, we're going to shoot for 10 reps, 10 good squeezes. Almost there. Looks good. Okay, finish up strong. There it is, you guys. Okay, so hey, take a quick, 2-minute break. That completes Circuit A. Let's jump into Circuit B when you get back. All right, and welcome back. This is going to be your second circuit in this, our beginner arm workout. Hope you guys are feeling it so far. Let's go ahead and grab our dumbbells and we'll get back to work. We're going to kick things off with some hammer curls now. And so hammer curls are a little bit different than that supinated curl that we did, in that right now I want that palm to face your body the entire time. So you'll see at the bottom of the rep, my palm is at my hips. At the top of my rep, my palm is at my chest. And so what we're doing here is we're actually eliminating that supination motion from the elbow flexion motion. So basically we're still working a ton of biceps with this, but we're also kicking on another one of our elbow flexors, that brachialis muscle that sits in there. So again, hammer curls we're just going to come up and down. We're going to shoot for 10 reps of each of these on both sides. So 10 on the right, 10 on the left. I like to alternate them. We're just about done. Good work, you guys. So there's our 10 reps there. Okay, so up next we're going to be doing some chest flies. And so I've got my bench here at home. You can do these on the floor. You can do these on like a workout ball. You can do them on a workout bench if you have that available. And so let's just go ahead and jump into these chest flies. And so you'll see that the start is with both the dumbbells straight up towards the ceiling. My elbows are almost straight, and then what you're going to do is bring them down to your sides, way out, just as wide as you can. I want you to go down until the dumbbells are about level with your chest. Drop your elbows down so that they're either going to hit the floor or so that they're just slightly below the bench or ball, whatever it is that you're on. And then the focus here is actually squeezing the chest, squeezing those pecs together to bring those dumbbells back up towards the ceiling. You're using a lot of triceps with that one as well. That's a great exercise. Again, this is kind of a total upper body workout, and so we're going to maximize all of our upper body muscles. Pecs are definitely a good one to focus on for that. Quick switch on the dumbbells. Again, my dumbbells are adjustable. Link to those dumbbells that I have is in the description to this video. I'm going to just make them a little bit lighter so that I can finish up the next 2 exercises in this our second circuit. If you haven't done so already, this is a great chance to subscribe to Tone and Tighten. I hope that you guys are enjoying this workout. I enjoy putting these together for you. I share a ton of workouts, some healthy recipes, some other tips and advice. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below to subscribe to Tone and Tighten. Okay, cool. So some standing triceps extensions. So I'm going to stand with a hinged forward at my hips. You'll see my torso is at about a 45 degree. Keep your back nice and straight. Don't let your back round forward. Get the elbows back behind you. So I want them at least parallel with your body, if not even a little bit more up towards the ceiling. And then what you're going to do is focus on those triceps as you squeeze that dumbbell back behind you and up towards the ceiling. Again, I want you to go for a maximum contraction there through that full range of motion. Really focus on squeezing that triceps muscle up at the top of that contraction. For our last exercise, in this our second circuit, we're going to be doing some front raises or some front delt raises. And so you'll see here, I'm just keeping the arms, I don't know, there's maybe a slight bend in the elbows, but we're raising both those dumbbells up towards the ceiling. Again, I'm stopping at about shoulder level, maybe a little bit above that. Don't necessarily need to go any higher than that. And that is what those front delt raises look like. Again, we're going to shoot for 10 reps. It gets heavy there towards the end. Nice job, you guys. Hey, so there is our first set of 10 reps of each of those 4 in our second circuit. Take a quick break, and then we'll come back for more. All right, so let's get started with our second set in this, our second circuit. You guys, we're almost done. We've got 2 more sets of each of these 4 exercises to go. Let's jump into those hammer curls. So again, the motion here is I want you to focus on keeping your palm towards your body as you're going to alternate performing 10 reps on each of these, on each arm of each of these hammer curls. Again, so with the forearm in this position, with that wrist kind of rotated towards your body, you're actually going to feel this a little bit more on the outside of your biceps. This is a great way to just carve some shape into your arms. That's what you guys are all about. That's what we're after. Let's get those arms nice and toned up. These hammer curls, I don't want you to just, I'm trying to throw a little bit different variation at you. I don't want you to do just that regular biceps curl the whole time. Hammer curls are a great way to introduce a little bit more muscle confusion into that biceps, into that upper arm area. Carve out a little bit different definition, maximize the workout even a little bit more. Exercise 2, we're going to get down into these chest flies. So again, I'm on the bench. You can be on the floor, on a box, on a ball, whatever it is that you might find. We're going to take those dumbbells out as wide as you can. Slight bend in the elbow down there at the bottom. And then you're going to focus on contracting the pecs, squeezing that chest together to get those dumbbells back up to that starting position. We're using a ton of chest here. That's the muscle that I want you to focus on primarily, but then also we're using a ton of triceps to stabilize and to kind of extend through that motion. And so again, this is a total upper body workout. Definitely want to hit the chest with that. And that's what our second exercise looks like. Okay, we'll make a quick adjustment on the dumbbells, and then we'll get into our last 2 exercises. You can't really see what I'm doing down here. Basically, I have 2 collars on either end of this dumbbell. It just spins right off of there. And so you just kind of spin it off, you adjust the weights, and so I've got 2 5s on either, or also 1 5 on each of 2 sides of the dumbbell. I'm just going to strip those 5s off of there. So I've got 15 pounds on each side. The first 2 exercises I've been using 30-pound dumbbells. I strip each of those 5s off of the sides, takes it down to a 20-pound dumbbell. Again, I want you to start with whatever weight you feel comfortable doing. We're going to do, again, 30 reps of each of these exercises. I want you to be able to complete 30 reps successfully. Next is these standing triceps extensions. So again, hinge forward at your back, elbows come up behind you. The emphasis here is really trying to squeeze that triceps. I love this exercise because that longest head of your triceps actually crosses your shoulder joint. It's actually a shoulder extensor, which is the motion that we're going for here. If you get those elbows up high enough, we're actually extending through the shoulder as well as extending at the elbow in order to complete that bent over triceps extension exercise. Okay, nice job, you guys. And so there's your next exercise. Last, we're going to finish up with some of these front delt raises. And so again, keep that core nice and tight. I want your abs nice and contracted while we're doing this. And then you're going to raise those dumbbells up towards the ceiling. We're going to go for 10 reps here. The primary focus is going to be contracting that muscle right there in the front of your shoulder. That anterior deltoid muscle is where our emphasis is going to be. Again, we're going for that nice V cut up at the top of your shoulder. That's what we're trying to shoot for. 10 reps there, you guys. Okay, nice job. So there's your second set, and this our second circuit. Take a quick 60-second break, and then come back for one more round. All right, you guys, here we go. Let's finish this up nice and strong. Here is our third and final set of each of these 4 exercises in this last circuit of our beginner arm workout at home with some dumbbells. Let's jump into it. Hammer curls, here we go. We're going to bust out 10 reps just like this. Again, the palms towards you the whole time. Dumbbell crosses over in front of your body. Focus is on squeezing those biceps muscles throughout this contraction. You can see that you can even contract that triceps muscle down at the bottom of the contraction. That's going to ensure that that biceps is on full stretch. As you initiate that contraction, we can take that contraction even a little bit further, therefore enhancing your results even that much more. You guys are going to bust out 10 reps on each arm. Looks just like that. Should be feeling this by now. Should be getting a little tired. Here we go. Finish up strong. Make it count. There we go, 10 reps there. Okay, so now let's get down into our chest fly is our next exercise. And so I'm on the bench at home. You can be on the floor, on the bed, on a workout step, on a ball, whatever you need to be on. Let's go to it. And so again, weights are up towards the ceiling. We're dropping them out towards our sides just as wide as you can take them. And then you're going to focus on squeezing the chest together. You're going to focus on squeezing the triceps a little bit as you come up into that full contraction position. The biceps are going to be active a little bit down at the bottom of this. Again, there's going to be a slight bend in your elbow as you bring those weights out wide. But again, what I want is for you to emphasize squeezing your pecs, so your chest muscles together, as well as your triceps, to get those weights up to the top of that contraction, up to that starting position, extended all the way up towards the ceiling. Quick adjustment on the dumbbells. Again, I'm going to drop it from 30s down to 20s. I want you to do 10 reps of whatever weight that you feel the most comfortable with. Again, one more shameless plug for my dumbbells. I love these, you guys. Again, I got them for my birthday one year from my wife. I use them probably 3 or 4 days a week. Absolutely love these things. They're adjustable from 5 up to 55 pounds. For one set, the set that I got is adjustable from 5 to 95 pounds. I'm going to go ahead and leave the links to those in the description of this video so that you guys can pick some up as well. You won't regret it. Let's jump into our standing triceps extensions. So again, standing, torso's at a 45 degree, back's nice and straight, core's nice and tight, elbows are up behind you, at least parallel with your body, and then your focus is on squeezing those triceps all the way into that full contracted position. You'll see that I actually even bring this beyond kind of a 90 degree at my elbow. I'm even going up a little bit higher. I get a little bit of a biceps contraction that way. So biceps squeeze followed by that triceps contraction all the way up into that full extended position. Again, in that range of motion, we're working that long head of the triceps as it's fighting to extend your shoulder as well. Okay, finish up strong, you guys. Here we go. Last exercise. We're going to hit 10 of these front deltoid raises. Again, the focus here is squeezing the muscle right there on the front of your shoulder. Slight bend in your elbow as you're bringing those weights up to about, eye level or so. Don't necessarily need to go any further than that as long as that emphasis is on squeezing the front of that shoulder together. Here we go, 10 reps on this, and then you've completed this whole circuit workout. There they are, you guys. 10 reps. Nice job. Looking good, looking strong. And that is the end of this workout. Hey, thanks for joining me today. Let's get this thing wrapped up. All right, so there you have it. One of my favorite arm workouts that's perfect for beginners. All you needed on that one was a pair of dumbbells. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hey, if you did, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button down below. Thank you so much for those in advance. Those likes mean a lot to me. They go a long way with getting this video noticed on YouTube. So thank you so much for those in advance. Also, if you haven't done so already, this is a great chance to subscribe to Tone and Tighten, where I share a lot of great workouts, tips, advice, even some physical therapy type things. Anything that I can do to help you guys to achieve your goals, that's what I'm all about. If you have any comments or questions or even suggestions for future videos that you would like to see from Tone and Tighten, leave those down in a comment below. I promise I'll get to those just as soon as I can. And until next time, we'll see you right back here on Tone and Tighten.